Hi there, folks. My name is Rick. Obviously, you stumbled across the Double D Jerky channel. Well, this isn't only about jerky. Trust me. This is about an adventure of building stuff, creating stuff. I live on a place in southeast Missouri called the Compound. Everybody calls it the Compound because I'm part prepper, and I've managed to build a place that is comfortable and very protective. The way the world is going these days, you know how it is. But I want to talk to you about this journey that I've had with Double D's beef jerky and how we can get it to our troops. See, a few years ago, I used to own a bar, and a close friend of mine came in with some homemade jerky. And I thought, oh my gosh, I wish I could make jerky. So I pulled out a bunch of stuff from the kitchen, and much to my wife's dismay, I started making beef jerky. I made so many bad batches of jerky, the dogs wouldn't even eat it anymore. I'm talking about the dogs, they used to eat the bad jerky, and then one day they just got tired of it and they were begging me for dry, stale dog food. So I kept working at it, and it took me almost a year. And then one day, eureka! I finally hit the right combination. I mean, it was like the Kentucky Fried Chicken, 11 different herbs and spices, and finally hit the right combination. And I came up with this great beef jerky. And I started handing it out at the bar, and people started asking for it. And will you make me a pound? Will you make me 2 pounds of jerky? Blah. And I started making jerky. Well, then I had to come up with the logo, which was Double D's Beef Jerky. My wife's name is Dee Dee. All right. You might meet her someday. She's kind of timid. She's kind of like a doe that sneaks a peek in the woods, you know how it is, only this doe has a nice rack, to put a play on words. And I grew up in central Ohio. I know the difference between a doe and a buck, so don't try and correct me there. My main goal is to try and get this jerky out to as many service people as possible. I've got a grandson that's on one of the ships that are headed to the Mediterranean, and it scares me to death. I'm a firm believer in the Second Amendment, and what's going on in the world right now scares me. So with your help, I'm going to start making jerky, and I have a company that I contacted in Oklahoma, great guys that are mass producing this stuff for me. So if you have somebody out there, a service person, or maybe not, you want to eat some of the best jerky you've ever had, you need to send some. You won't regret it. And these videos that I'm going to start making, they're not going to be the best. I don't know anything about this stuff. My nephew, who lives in central Ohio, he helped me set all this stuff up. I don't even know what in the world, how this stuff works. You know, whenever I buy a TV set, I just want a remote control, off, on, up, down. End of story. Now you've got 47 buttons, and I don't even know what they all go to. I grew up in the 70s with muscle cars and Maypops. And anybody that doesn't know what a Maypop is, tune in. All the old timers do. And I just want to explain to everybody that we need to support our troops. We need to thank everybody out there that is doing what they need to do to keep our country safe. So my contribution is to start sending jerky to our troops as much, but I can't do it without you. I'm not rich. I never won the lottery. I didn't have some rich uncle that left me a ton of money. I've never inherited a ton of money or got some big settlement from an insurance company. I haven't done any of that stuff. Everything I have is because I work for it. And as far as owning a yacht, making a bunch of money off these channels, buying a helicopter, that ship has sailed. Trust me. I already got more stuff than I could possibly take care of, and it's because I did it through hard work, trial and error. And right now, I want to give back. So my nephew thought that I needed to set up a YouTube channel, and he's the brains behind all this. I know how to make jerky. I can make the best jerky you've ever eaten. But as far as YouTube and websites, and I've got a website, and all this stuff, he's the brains behind it. He's got 2 master's degrees in economics and marketing and all this stuff. Whenever he starts talking, it's like he's speaking Chinese. You got this algorithm and this demographic, and all you have to do is graph chart this and do this, and all you got to do, and you want to upload, download, whatever, take this video, follow these 32 steps, and then all you got to do is make, and it's like, oh my gosh, what in the world are you even talking about? I could tear apart a quadrajet carburetor in a minute. I could put a transmission in a Mustang so fast it'll make your head spin. But whenever it comes to this stuff, I'm not that smart. So you have to bear with me. You're going to have to follow my journey. You're going to have to help me out here. Some days I might ask you to help me. Come on, roll up your sleeves, put on a pair of gloves. I got a tree to cut down. I got wood to split. I got stuff to do. And you guys are going to help me. You're going to watch me and cheer me on. And I'm sure there's a comment section. And I'm no expert. Trust me. You can see I'm in my garage. I got practically every tool known to mankind. I could fix anything. But whenever it comes to this electronic computer stuff, I'm lost. So, my nephew, let me explain to you about him. I got a sister that lives in central Ohio where I grew up, and she has 2 sons and a daughter. Both sons are like 6'7", 6 foot. One of them, the younger one, got a full ride to Princeton on a football scholarship, and the older one, the one that's helping me out, I mean, like I say, he's got 2 master's degrees. He speaks, and it's in a language I don't even understand. And the daughter, she's so smart, I think Mensa Society comes to her for advice. And it's like, what'd you feed these kids, sis? Anyway, we're going to try and get Double D's jerky out there to some people that want it, need it. I'm sure our servicemen out there would love to grab a bag of Double D's beef jerky. Number 1, it's the best jerky you'll ever eat. Number 2, the bag is funny. It has a double meaning. might be offensive to some people, but it's not really. It's Dee Dee, my wife, with a nicer accent. So, let's work together, try and sell some jerky, roll up your sleeves, split some wood, get the compound ready for winter, and follow me along. I suppose I'm supposed to say you gotta hit the subscribe, click, like, whatever, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But anyway, I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to tell you stories that you would not believe. My life is like Forrest Gump. I've met so many people, famous people, some not so famous. Made a lot of stupid mistakes in my life. I'll tell you stories about outrunning the cops in muscle cars whenever I was a kid. I'll tell you stories about back in the day, maybe growing something that today nobody even thinks twice about. But back then, not so much. So join me in this channel and you'll hear some stuff, and we'll work together on some projects, and maybe if you're lucky, you'll get to see the elusive Dee Dee. She's one to look at, and I've been married 3 times, so I'm telling you right now. I'll tell you this quick story. I was born in Southern Illinois. So was she. Only 12 years apart. Okay, so in other words, whenever I was learning to drive, she was learning her colors. That's how far apart we are in age. Well, I moved away to Ohio. She stayed here around the southern Illinois, southern Missouri area, and 40 years later, we managed to hook up, even though we were born 30 miles apart, 12 years apart. How's that for coincidence? So, join me on this channel. Let's see what we can do. I will show you the compound, all parts of it, and we'll talk about politics, we'll work on stuff, and I'll show you how I'm getting prepared. So, go to my Double D's channel or website, I guess, ddjerky.com. Look at it. My nephew's got all this stuff set up. I don't know how he does it. You know, he's going to have to help me with all this stuff. So I'll try and upload this thing. I'll follow the 32 steps he's laid out or whatever it is. Hell, I don't know. And I'm old, I'm crippled, but I could still get stuff done. Thank you very much for watching. Talk to you soon.